So you're halfway through the season. I remember at the beginning of the season, I asked you what are your goals, and I want to win a couple of races, and I want to do this, and so on. So now that you're halfway into the season, what are your goals for the rest of the season? What do you think you realistically can accomplish?
Not wrecking the car anymore.
Yeah, well, sometimes things happen, right?
Yeah, I mean...
So where do you think you can, how you think you can break into the top 5?
Hopefully. We're going to try next race.
So, we talked about this a little bit. You've got guys with really good cars that are up front. But they're not having to go through what you're going through. They're not experiencing being sent to the back and having to drive back through the field. And you've done it a lot. You've passed a lot of cars. So from a driving experience, you probably have more experience than some of the new guys that are driving up front that just happen to have fast cars. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens there, because I think you can do well. Where do you think you'll finish in the points? Where do you hope to finish in the points?
Obviously, hope to finish in top 10. Hopefully, like 6th.
Well, I know you'll finish in the top 10. If
like closer up, like 5th or 6th would be nice. I
Yeah.
mean, first season, that would be great.
And it's funny because your closest competitors, you seem to have to race the 48 and the 36?
The 38.
38, yeah. Those two cars are kind of like bookends for you because you're always racing those two cars. And I think you're slightly better. I think they have slightly faster cars, but I think you're a better driver. And your car is a little bit better set up, so it'll be interesting if you can finish ahead of those two guys consistently. I think you'll really be up there. So, what has surprised you about this season?
All the like the newer drivers, like Kenny said in the first the first show, he did say that most of the field was from newer drivers.
Right.
I think, because I remember watching them last year after we got done with the Bando races, waiting for the pros to race. We watched them, and most of them that have been racing moved up to the pros, like Dylan Zampa.
Right.
He's doing great now.
Really well.
And I know someone that has been racing in them for 4 years, and he hasn't been out there all the time. But I think, like most of them, like all the rookies with their stripe.
Right.
Gotta love the stripe. Like the rookies do have something to show. I mean, not all of them adapt like others do. Like we have some running up in the front, and then some still trying to get used to their car. Like I'm in between.
Right.
Not fully used to it, but I'm not.
But
not
it's
used to
becoming.
it.
You're getting a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I feel like I did that with like all the cars. Like moving up from the Mini Dorf into the Bando, I didn't get used to that until like my middle of second season.
Yeah.
Won a first race in the second season.
Yeah.
And we're obviously getting better by my lap times and everything, which is obviously improving. Shifting got better.
Yes.
For sure.
You can even not stall the car and get going.
Done that a couple times. Not fully used to the clutch.
Yeah.
But I think my biggest problem starting on the first race for sure was that my shifting on the restarts, that for sure messed with me. Like we watched the first race And I think we had like that much room in between the car in front of me on
Right.
the start going down the straightaway because I was either shifting too early or too late.
Right.
Or the car didn't like, I wasn't on it enough to get it.
Right.
I think I missed a gear like twice the second race when I was put to the back, I think. And I'm glad I was in the back
Yeah.
because there are some people farther up that have missed a gear, and
Yeah.
like I was watching one of the SRL races at Kern, and someone missed a gear and kind of
Half
stepped
the
up the field.
Yeah, that's bad.
That was not great. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting used to it and adapting to it more for
Yeah.
sure helps. Like